Okay, so to address the file drawer problem, what people do is they have to make some decision about inclusion of research studies. And any really reputable meta-analysis is going to make some effort at trying to find the studies that are languishing in file drawers somewhere. And make sure they're included. That may include things like preprints on articles. So I sometimes have articles that I have written up and finished and have had accepted to publication and have 2 years go by before it actually gets published. That's a poor journal that does that, but every once in a while journals will do that kind of thing. 1 year delay is probably the most common kind of delay. 6 months is almost, you're never going to see your study come out in 6 months. It's going to be more than 6 months, up to 18 months. So that could be potentially quite a few studies that are sitting somewhere in someone's computer and have not been published yet. So you need to find the preprints whenever possible by sometimes writing the editors of major journals who publish in that area to ask if there's anything in preprint that could be included in your meta-analysis. Also, it's helpful if you're an expert, you already know who the people are that generally publish in this area, and so you want to maybe hit them up and find out if they have something that's a preprint also. You also want to look at methodological quality. Now, you're going to include the research study that only had 8 participants in someone's dissertation out there somewhere, and somehow they got by with 8 participants and still passed their dissertation. I suggest not. Don't know why a committee ever let that person get by, but there should be some level of methodological quality involved. And so at each of your levels of whatever aspects of method quality that you're looking at, you're going to need to kind of decide, okay, it has to have at least this, it has to have at least 30, 40, 50 participants, something like that. And then one of the other things that happens is you don't want to weight your poor and strong studies equally. You may have this fabulous study with the best measures possible, done in a great laboratory setting, and they followed all kinds of extra procedures for validity purposes, and oh my gosh, they're just the best study ever. They had a high number of participants. You are not going to treat that study the same as, Joe Blow's dissertation with 25 participants, and they made up their own measure of your variable. It's not even been validated or studied as whether it's reliable or not yet. You don't know, all that kind of stuff is really going to matter. So it's very important. You have 2 choices at this point. One is you can just go ahead and exclude studies that have a certain level of poor quality. At a certain level, people do. And then the other thing is to code for qualities and assess the effects of the qualities of the study on what the effect size, and you generally will find something there, which is interesting.